Well, nearly 25,000 families received match with a universal preschool provider in the first round of eligibility. But one Colorado Springs mom tells News 5 she can't even get into her last choice. Lindsey Jensen spoke with UPK officials, explains why this could be happening. Lindsey, what'd you find out?
Well, Rob, staff at the UPK Local Coordination Center says they're seeing more applicants than spots open in some areas of El Paso County. They are currently working to add more providers to fill that need. The mom I spoke with, Elizabeth Miller, says she fears preschool is just out of reach for her 4-year-old.
Now we're kind of left, with no preschool option next year, so we're pretty frustrated.
Elizabeth tells me she was matched with a provider who told her they already have a wait list of more than 100 kids.
I'm just confused as to why we're left with no option now and no way to move forward, and I cannot get a hold of the state.
So I reached out to UPK state officials to get answers for this family. They say, quote, "This conflicts with the stipulations of the UPK provider agreement and should not be happening. Please direct this family to the local coordinating organization or to our office so we can look into the situation," end quote. The UPK El Paso Coordination Center explains.
The system doesn't allow them to over-enroll, right? It will only match a provider with the number of seats that they have said that they've had available.
She says it's too early to know how widespread this problem could be. Other confusion could be coming from how to manage enrollment for UPK spots and others on a wait list.
Providers are learning how to utilize the matching system. It's a brand new system that is just rolling out for the first time, and so they're working through the logistics of that.
Elizabeth says she's panicking to find a preschool after giving up her spot at daycare.
But my understanding from the state was that we were guaranteed preschool, so hopefully that is still the case. We're trying to hold on to some hope.
I asked state UPK officials if families are guaranteed a match. They say, quote, "While there is funding available for all 4-year-olds to participate in UPK Colorado, families aren't guaranteed to be matched with a provider because participation in UPK Colorado by providers is voluntary. And there may be locations that do not have enough provider seats to serve all the eligible children in the area," end quote. State officials say 90% of families were matched with their top choice in the first round. Right now, there are about 150 UPK providers families can choose from in El Paso County.
Those numbers keep increasing. So we feel hopeful that this is a system that will continue to increase availability for children and families over time.
Elizabeth tells me working with UPK has been a nightmare since the beginning.
Kind of was hesitant about this whole process to begin with. I just think that it's unfair. I'm hoping that this is working out for families as they want it to. Unfortunately for our family, that is not the case.
And I did ask state officials if this was part of a trend they're seeing statewide. They said it's too early to tell and should have an answer for us early next week. Local staff at the center say they're getting hundreds of calls for help from providers and families. They say to call them for personalized advice if you're having trouble too. For News 5, I'm Lindsey Jensen.